Alright, I might as well kick this video off. Welcome back to Indian Trace. Um, Sometimes I'll organize my display collection, which these are on the left, from one bin, a compartment, and say if you're a bass fisherman or whatever, and you could be new on here, a compartment that holds 2-3 lures maybe. Well, the one compartment, as you've seen in probably some of the past videos, if not, you can go back, holds these 9 spear points. And I want to highlight those today, and I want to talk about something that I call 13 days. And the reason being is because, now this is a giveaway. Let me stop and let you know that right away, in case you decide to click off. These here, including this Hammerstone that I found, I think yesterday, are going to find a heart and a home somewhere in the United States of America. I've tried to ship internationally, but customs, they get on me if they find out you're shipping antiquities. Stupidity. Because if I had retrieved all of these, they'd be getting banged around still. You can see right now. And this is 2 pounds. This is an incredible Hammerstone. Those modern nappers that I know, Rob, Flintsball, Ken, you know exactly what you're seeing when you see this. You are the second peoples out there, other than me, that have seen this for 2, 3, 4,000 years. And the middle that we always talk about, that's concave, see that, and pitted on both sides, is not just to spin the rock. It sure does help. Ken mentioned that once. But it's pitted. They're not nutting stones. Look at the pits. Can you see them? It was having heavy strikes. Right dead center, see that? Maybe they cleared and caused the impact that got the good slivers off the rock that they could produce these. Maybe with the technique they were using. I don't know. But I do know that when this was found, and I do want to take some time because this is going to be in, if you're watching this, if you're interested, your hands, that when this was found, it was a cobblestone from a river or what have you, and all these edges were convex. They were circle. Nice stone. It was probably uniform, but they were all circled out. So they got to working on it. It's the right type of stone. And then that's what happens to the edges. And that takes a long time. It's not going to get hit by the plow anymore. You can see on here, those marks you see are about, I've counted, 30, 31, probably more plow hits. See them? Doesn't need to get knocked around anymore, does it? I have so many great, fantastic Hammerstones, and this is one. This has way more energy. It is way more valuable, considered way more worth keeping and keeping track of than these, even though this catches our eye, and a lot of people like spear points or arrowheads. Remember, 13 days. That's what I'm talking about. Because this type of stone here, as well as this here, well, from where we are here in eastern central North Carolina, the geologists will tell you clearly that this comes from a vein of rhyolite in the Uwharrie Mountains, which from where I am, indigenous, it's pretty well known, can cover that distance in about 13 days of foot travel. But when they went, I guarantee they didn't want to bring back just a little of this type of stone because it was so valuable. They wanted to bring back enough. And it did come, the vein did produce in different shades, if you will. This is rhyolite, although I don't see it as often. It's a purple shade. So with all this and looking at these here, a couple from my Heartbreaker's Face. They need to be in somebody's collection. It's a pony point, a lookout point. Some of you who've been here a while understand what I mean by that. They're different sites. Heartbreaker that I found this year. 3 Heartbreakers. Fantastic artifacts, though. And the Hammerstone, that's all part of it. And how to win. Look at the pitting. You feel this Hammerstone, you're going to flip out because I'm pulling it up right now. It's dense. If anything, you can keep it in your office and have something for a great paperweight. Depends. A lot of people working from home now. It's staggering. Don't take my word for it. Check it out. Now, to win, though, my giveaways are anchored in subjective decisions, not random number generated, where, believe it or not, you guys, if you've done a lot of giveaways and you've done a random number selection, I realized really quick that there's a bunch of people out there in the internet and on involved in archaeology or likes this stuff, but they don't necessarily care. Meaning, they don't care about other things in life. They have bad hearts, evil intentions, poor lifestyles. And that's why I do giveaways the way I do. To hear from somebody of how, when they get this group, because sure as you live, you all out there know I'm going to send it. What are you going to do with these? I don't need to know that in the answer. I can discern it from the way you answer certain questions that I ask. Now, the way to these, a lot of you want to know that. There is a video under the description of my channel and an email to respond to. Just watch that video through. It's from Ann We Know. And, tell me what stuck out most to you in the video. Sincerity is the only thing I ask for. Don't need any more. I don't need a right answer about anything. I'm just curious between me and you, what sticks out most to you and it's great because it's like a compilation of current events. It's news, it is, and it is good news. God, we get enough bad news, don't we? You'll know what I mean when you check it out if you're not familiar with it. But I'm just curious, what sticks out the most to you when you hear that report, the report that's in the links. I will say as we get going here and just see these pieces up close, that YouTube has systematically been deleting videos and letting me know, happy as can be, hey, listen, you violated our policies, you're promoting conspiracy theories, which never happened. Anything that I've ever shown or highlighted in a video, sure as you live, has come to pass already. Sure as you live. It's sad, it's pitiful, but there's nothing really that surprises many of us. If you're out there and you're up to speed on what's going on, this is not surprising. I would tell you this is made out of a shard, isn't it? Look at, they left it right there. It's an incredible point. It's probably one of the oldest of my personal finds. I'm about 10 years old. It's just, I like the utilitarian styles of these things, meaning they just took the stone and made it work the way they needed to get their meat. So, unfortunately, more systematically, YouTube just sends me messages that we've got to delete it and take it off. They're fascists. They do not support the First Amendment or the Fourth Amendment on a platform public square platform of communication between you and me. That should be none of their business. They make enough money as it is, and they also plug ads into my videos, which I never approved of and never wanted to monetize. So this is getting a little longer. This is an incredible point from the archaic from this year. I'm going to keep this rolling here and show you these points. It's a great point here from the Mecca. This is all rhyolite, and the reason I said 13 days is because it takes 13 days to get there foot travel, and that doesn't include the nights and how you handle the nights and stay warm and pitch camp, which they were probably supreme at. But then it would be 13 days back, so a minimum of 26 days gone from the village or from their own people and their own loved ones, their own women, their own children. And they had to bring back stocks and cords of this stone because rhyolite was used in abundance, and it's not indigenous to right here. And so it's pretty cool to hear from the archaeologists who find stone and study stone and veins and where it exists in the state. I'm telling you, it would be a sacrifice to have a family. It's harder then to make ends meet, to eat, to have daily food, if you want daily food, which they didn't always get, when you're going to go off on a 26 plus day trip to get the material they needed to make these meat eaters. Meat getters, I should say. It's from Mecca. It's incredible. Just look at that flaking. So I'm always impressed by that, because it wasn't just getting there and making a few points. They had to figure it out, preserve it, get it back home, make cords. And this is what came of it. But there might be 6 artifacts that I find out of 10 that are rhyolite, that are this. It's from the archaic right there. It's a great point. It's rhyolite. It is dark army green when it's fresh. Patina's light green, chalky color. So I've had a lot of questions about rhyolite. It's a good show of it all, just a invitation really, because I have to coy the whale. So with all these shown, and then the one in the middle, which was staggering, it's from the vulture, pretty sure. It's like a Guilford straight base. I hadn't seen these probably myself, some of them in 2-3 years. There it is. If I can get a focus on this. That, and it's all this rhyolite, when they cored it and got it from the quarry, that there is the original color of it. You picking up on that? It's the dark army green right there. Little chip on that. And then these underground waited through 2,000-3,000 years, 4,000 years before they ever got stirred by our industrial complex and by our agricultural system. But if they hadn't, you and I never found them. If this hadn't got hit by the plow so many times, I mean, that's part of the world we're in now. So if you want these, check out the video link. It's not too long. It's worth your time. It's worth your life. Tell me what you think of it, what stands out to you. And I'll send these out to you. I hope you find out there.